Hello everyone, my name is Maria Heller and I'm a designer and small business owner from Romania. I started making dresses just as a hobby for myself in 2015. I started taking commissions in 2016 and now I run a very small business selling fantasy and gothic and historical inspired dresses and capes. When I say a small business, I mean there are just two workers, myself and my girlfriend, who's also my business partner, and we make everything from scratch. I design the items myself, I make the patterns myself from scratch, we sew the dresses together, and we make everything else in between, from product photos, modeling the dresses, managing social media, and so on. In recent years, the past 2 years, followers kept sending me links of ripoffs of my gowns that they found on Wish, on Aliexpress, on eBay or Amazon, and I kept saving them somewhere in the beginning, and then there were so many that I stopped saving them. There were hundreds. I didn't know what to do about it. Taking each one down took a lot of time, and I decided it's not worth it because I was busy, I had commissions, I have other things to do with my time, better than taking down each ripoff, because it doesn't do much anyway. When you take one down, 5 more pop in their place. And I really didn't know what to do about it. Then I saw some videos online about this. I saw Bernadette's video and also Lucinda's videos, a video from Church of Santos about ripoffs and how they too are just as powerless to do anything about it. And it's since I kept seeing ripoffs online, not just from my own dresses, but from pretty much every designer I follow on Instagram. And I decided to make a video about it and to order one of these ripoffs, to put them side by side and to compare them. This dress is my Mona dress, that's how I named it, Mona. And I designed it in 2018. I made quite a few photo shoots with it, around 10 or more actually in total. Not just myself, but I also sent it to a few collaborations, to a few photographers to take pictures of it. And it's my favorite gown that I made so far. And that's why I decided to order this ripoff to compare them. This dress takes hundreds of hours to make. Even though it has parts that are machine sewn, quite a lot of it is hand sewn. As you can see, all the beads here, the pleats are hand sewn. And I actually have a video in the making of how I made this dress, start to finish. And I was curious to see how a ripoff would look, because I was sure it's not gonna have a lining, it's not gonna have... I was curious actually if it's gonna have beads or not. So I ordered this dress and yeah, we can take a look at it. So this is my original dress. This is actually a commission, the first commission I ever got for this dress. And this is the ripoff. You can already see the differences. The sleeve here is just this wide, where this sleeve is actually 2 meters wide. So a lot more fabric in this sleeve to begin with. As you can see, the sleeve is also a lot shorter on the ripoff, and on the original it's shorter here and it gets longer in the back, reaching, I think, more than you guys can see, I don't know, reaching the knees, somewhere around that. Okay, another big difference is the fabric. I was so shocked when I saw this fabric. I wouldn't use this as a lining fabric. It looks so cheap. It's probably 100% polyester or something like that. It shines. It's very, very thin. If you have a bit of light coming from the back, this is see-through. And even the weight of it, you can see how cheap it is and how cheap it looks. Also, there's a lot less fabric in this skirt. This skirt is made of 6 meters of fabric, and this one, I didn't measure it, but I'm gonna guess maybe 3. If even 3. Another difference is, of course, the fact that this one has beading. The whole dress has around 500 glass beads. All of them are hand sewn on the dress. This one has 0 beads. Another thing is that you can see here, but my original dress is fully lined. The top has a lining and the skirt also has a lining, on top of the fabric being a lot thicker, a lot better quality. This one is a very high quality taffeta. You can see by how it moves that it just has a different weight. It's thick, it has a much nicer shine, much more subtle shine to it. Another big difference in the dresses is the structure of it. This one has no structure. It's just a thin layer of fabric. It has no lining, like I said before. It's just sergered here, and that's it. It obviously doesn't cinch the dress. It offers no support for the bust. It doesn't do anything. It's basically like a nightgown in terms of how structured it is. Where this dress, first of all, has these cartridge beads, which give a lot of volume and structure to the hips. Underneath the skirt, there's actually a layer of felt right here, reinforcing the pleats to make them sit like this and give a lot of volume to the hip area, which also serves as a trick to make the waist look smaller, because if you add volume to the hip, the waist is gonna automatically look smaller. This doesn't have anything like this. It just has normal pleats here with no volume and nothing, no structure to either the waist or the hips. My dress is also boned, so it has corset-like boning in several places on the top, which helps the dress sit very nice and wrinkle-free, and also helps cinching the waist, supporting the bust, and gives a very nice shape to the torso. So when you wear the dress, even without nothing underneath, without a bra, without anything, it should support the bust and cinch the waist and mold the torso and give a very flattering shape. And this is achieved first of all with the boning, second with the pattern that's made in such a way, and also it's reinforced with the thermal adhesive fabric to make it more sturdy and a bit more stiff, because that's what you want in the top of such a dress, to be very stiff and sturdy, to give structure to the bust and the waist. what made me so angry about all these ripoffs is that I don't have many sales, I don't have so many orders to afford losing customers like that. For example, I made my original Mona dress in 2018, and last year in November was the first time I got the first commission for it. This is actually the first commission. This is a customer's dress that is ready to ship in a few days. And it took me such a long time to promote the dress, and so many photo shoots taken of it, and I sent it to photographers to take photo shoots of it. All in all, I spent a lot of money taking a dozen photo shoots of this dress, and it only led to me having one commission so far for it. In the meantime, hundreds of ripoffs of this dress are sold on Wish and eBay and Aliexpress, and it makes me so angry. I also want to talk about the price difference, obviously. So they are using photos stolen from me to sell this, and obviously you're not gonna get what you see in the photos, you're gonna get this. It's not just a problem that they steal the photos, it's a problem that they could have just put photos of this dress, and that way at least they wouldn't scam the buyers, because they're gonna get what is in the photo. But like this, everyone loses. The buyer is scammed and would probably be disappointed to receive this in the mail when they ordered this. And I lose because they steal my work. And also you have to think, who makes this? Who makes this dress? How much are they paid? Are they paid minimum wage? Is their workplace safe? Are they even legally employed? Are they even adults? You don't know anything. You don't know where these fabrics come from, who makes it, who puts it together, in what conditions. So it's not just about me and my work being ripped off. Everybody loses in this situation. The workers are underpaid and exploited, the buyers are getting scammed, and I'm getting my work stolen. So who wins? It's just the people selling this. They're the only ones winning. And this is such a huge problem. It doesn't happen just to me, it happens to, like I said before, it happens to every designer and small brand I'm following on Instagram. I've seen ripoff from everyone, all over the place. And it's sad that people think that this is a fun thing to do, to buy things from Wish just for the thrill of it, just for the gamble, just to see what you would get. And this is one reason why I didn't want to make a video like this. I didn't want to encourage people to buy these ripoffs just for a laugh, or just to see what they get, or just because. But I think I'm entitled to buy at least one, because this is my product and I was really curious to see what I would get. And I'm gonna try to find use for this so that it doesn't go to waste. I could probably make some drawstring bags from this skirt at least. But I mean, what use you would have for this dress? I can see it worn as a cheap Halloween costume, but that's about it. Meanwhile, my original dress was designed as a wedding dress. I make fantasy and gothic and historical inspired high-end bespoke dresses, which means they're made to measure to the customer's unique measurements. So I cater to every size there is. And most of my dresses are sold as wedding dresses. So this is the type of dress you would wear on your big day. Well, this, I don't know, maybe to a Halloween party once, and then what do you do with it? You throw it in the trash? So I raised the question, who makes this? We don't know, but by the look of it, you can assume it's probably made in a couple of hours. Maybe, I don't know. Meanwhile, my dress took hundreds of hours to make, which is why there's such a big price difference. So I bought this ripoff for $21, while I sell my original dress for $1,300. The big chunk of that money goes into covering the hundreds of hours it takes to make this dress. Okay, now as a last thing, I want to show you how both of these dresses look on a real person, so I'm gonna just try them on. The fabric is extremely thin and bad quality. As you can see, it has no lining, no reinforcement. Everything is just sergered, and it has a zipper at the back. Let's see my original dress. This is a customer commission, and this is the original sample, the original dress I made for myself, for product photos, and they also use it for rental. As you can see already, a lot of skirt. This dress has eyelets, corset style, which helps cinch the waist and the bust. It also has boning, making it sturdy and giving shape. And I think you can see that the dress in itself is a lot more sturdy, has a totally different weight to it, and on the body it offers support to the bust, it cinches the waist, it molds the torso. So as I said, this is my original sample dress that I also use for rental. So this dress has been already used in a dozen photo shoots. Not one single Class B came loose. It's been washed a few times and it still looks good. It doesn't come apart. This is a dress that will actually last, where that one probably it can come apart in the wash. So this is the dress on. This is how I wear all the dresses I design with nothing underneath. So I'm not wearing the bra, I'm not wearing the corset, I'm not wearing anything, just the dress. And this is how it looks. I ordered this in a size M, which is my size, and it fits okay. It's a bit loose. This is how it looks. We're gonna compare it with my dress. Here I am wearing my original sample dress. Next to the ripoff. I'm not wearing a bra, I'm not wearing a corset, I'm not wearing anything underneath. This is the shape and the structure that the dress gives the body. The support of the bust, the shaping of the waist, it's all done by the dress. I think this is one of the biggest differences, is the support and the structure of the top. You can say that the fabric doesn't bother you, let's say it wouldn't bother you, but I don't think this can compare to how I looked in the ripoff. There's a reason this dress costs as much as it costs. A lot of it is hand sewn. These cartridge pleats are hand sewn. There's no way to sew this at the sewing machine. All the beads are hand sewn, as well as many other details. In conclusion, this is what you get when you buy ripoffs. Clients should be aware that they won't get what they see in the photos. And I think a question that everyone should ask themselves is also who makes these and in what conditions and how can they even produce these so cheaply. You have to ask yourself, if it's so cheap, how can they be paid a living wage? They can't. And it's not worth it. For what? For a dress that you would be disappointed in when you get it and you see it, that you will probably wear once, if at all, for a Halloween party. This is the only use I can see for a dress like this. And it's hurting everyone. From me, the designer they steal designs and photos from, to clients who are being scammed, who think they're gonna get this because this is what they see in the photos and they get this, to the poor people who have to put this together. The biggest issue with these ripoffs is not that they're stealing clients from me, because someone who would buy this at this price range would probably not be a client of mine to begin with. But they do impact my business in a bad way, because if people see stolen images everywhere of this particular dress, they lose faith that any of those sellers actually sell what's in the photo. How are they to discern which seller sells the real deal? So if they do find my shop and they see photos of this dress and they want to buy it, maybe they're unsure because they've seen 100 ripoffs. So I could be losing clients that way. I also heard of people jumping to the conclusion that designers like me buy these cheaply made, mass-produced ripoffs from sites like Wish and Aliexpress and sell them at 10 times or 20 times the price on Etsy, posing as if they're handmade creators, which is the most absurd thing to think and to jump to that conclusion. And in that way you can see how much these ripoffs actually hurt small designers. Because if someone looked at my Etsy shop and saw my items and thought that I'm buying things like these from Wish and selling them, lying that they're handmade, my credibility as an artist, a designer, goes down the drain. My designs are handmade. I make them myself from start to finish. I make them fully customizable to the client's measurements and also their preferred color. I can make any kind of changes to the designs. I can make it another color. I can make it from another fabric. I'm always fully open for personalizations, and I'm also trying as much as I can to be eco-conscious. I source all my fabrics locally, and they're all very time-consuming to make. And such mass-produced ripoffs just go against everything that I believe in and everything that I'm trying to implement in my tiny business, which is why it's such an insult that these things are even produced and sold. Thank you guys for watching. I know this probably wasn't a great quality video. My full-time job is making dresses. I'm trying to get into filming and filming the process of making my gowns. So hopefully in the future I'm going to upload a bit more about my business and how I run this, and also how I design the gowns and how I sew them, how I put them together. So please subscribe. Hello everyone, my name is Maria Heller and I'm a designer and I own a small business. Well, no. How can they be paid? What kind of
Living?
Yeah. Suntem încadrate bine?
Da, e încadrat bine. Ce vrem eu?
Okay. First of all, has these cartridge beads. What I can describe?
Nu știu.
I don't know.
Ține așa.
So the top is reinforced with a thermal
Adhesive. Thermal.
and also it's reinforced with a thermal adhesive fabric. My original dress for 1,300 euros.
Așa.
Așa?
Da.
1,300?
Cred că da.
While I sell my... Să dăm să te pui. Unde să mă duci?